He's one of only 5 players in the NBA that has an NBA crown and a college national championship. And as a Pacific Northwest native, my friend Jason Terry, 19 years in the NBA, a champ in 2011 with the Mavs when they beat LeBron and the Heat in 6 games, was one of the last bad moments LeBron's ever had. How are you, my friend?
I am well. Alive.
So, I mean, you're a veteran. I looked at Boston yesterday and explained, Jason, it looked like they needed Jason Terry. They needed an older guy. Right. I thought they played really young in the second half.
No doubt about it. They needed a veteran presence, just a calming effect. Because if you watched them play offensively last night, they were so out of character. You thought they were still out in Cleveland. Because on the road, that's how they've played. They've took quick, early, bad shots.
Quick, early shots.
Yeah, they pride themselves on being organized. If they don't have a quick basket, they will exhaust every option offensively to get a good look. And to me, that helps them set their defense. They didn't get that done last night. They took bad shots. It allowed Cleveland to get out in transition, and LeBron made LeBron-type plays. He either made the pass or he scored himself in transition, and it was a disaster for him.
What do you make of Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant's last 5 fourth quarters, he's got 12 points.
Yeah.
What's going on with him upstairs?
Well, I think right now they're trying to figure out how they want to close games. Before, they've really counted on him to close games for them. Now, against a different opponent who has multiple defenders, who's giving them a little bit of a different look defensively, they're trying to figure it out. So they've used Steph Curry now in the last 2 games as a ball handler facilitator, and they've taken the ball out of KD's hands. So when KD does have the ball, he kind of forces it. And you don't want KD forcing shots.
Shouldn't they know, Jason, by now?
Well, it's tough. They haven't played this Houston team in a playoff series, and so that's the difference.
It seems to me, when I watched Chris Paul before he got hurt in this series, yep, Houston was very comfortable saying, Chris, it's going to run through you. Seems to me, I've always felt with Golden State, I think Durant's a remarkable player. Mm-hmm. I've always felt it's Steph Curry's team. Do you feel that as somebody who's faced him?
Well, I think when Kevin Durant came, he made it a point. Like, no, it's your team, but I'm here, and I'm going to be option 1. You'll be option 1B.
Okay.
And they allowed it to happen. The first year, they allowed that transition to happen. But this year, as you know, every NBA season is different. And so this year, the luxury for them is they can give Steph Curry back 1A, especially for this series, because that's the matchup they want to exploit.
What do you think you'll see tonight? Now, my prediction tonight is, Jason, we're going to see 2 exhausted teams. This is Houston's 99th game.
Oh, yeah.
This is Golden State's 99th game. I think these teams are shot. I think we're going to see kind of what we saw last night. Second, that malaise where LeBron's coming up the court, but he's walking. Like LeBron's picking spots to save some energy. I think tonight we've got 2 tired teams. I don't think it's going to be an artistic masterpiece.
Well, you're thinking these teams are shot, and I'm thinking Golden State is hot. Because did you see the way Klay Thompson finished that game? Did you see Steph Curry get hot? Those two, Steph Curry did not have the start to this series that he's liked, but now he's starting to get his legs back. He's getting that wiggle. You see the ball handling skills. You see the finishes at the basket. Now he's going to open you up from long range. And then in transition, Klay's getting to the corners, and he's getting the looks that he's wanted. But it's partly because Houston is turning over the ball. They're turning the ball over 20-plus times a game, and that's allowing guys like Klay to get hot.
So you're a shooter. It's funny about shooting. Harden got ice cold in the series. Yep. As a shooter, if you get hot at the end of a game, Jason, do you take that into the next game?
100%. Even if I was 0 for 15 and I hit the game winner or I hit 2 in a row to end, that next game I'm coming out feeling good because I seen the ball go in the hole. And so for me, like I said, Klay started to get his rhythm. Basketball is a rhythm sport. Klay Thompson's in rhythm. Steph Curry's in rhythm. Now you get KD to come back where he's been comfortable in Houston. He's averaged 30-plus points a game in this series in Houston. He's going to be hot tonight.
So you like the Warriors comfortably?
I like the Warriors tonight. If Chris Paul is not there, it will be a comfortable win. If Chris Paul's there, he gives them another option, and James Harden won't have to shoulder the load and run out of gas like he did in Game 6 in the second half.
Let's shift back to Boston and LeBron. I said this earlier. LeBron had a very interesting comment after this year. He said, listen, when we made the shift with this team, he said, I just felt like let's squeeze everything we can get out of this team. Well, when you say that about a tube of toothpaste, you throw it away. I hear LeBron say, I want to squeeze everything I can out of it, and I think, okay, he's gone. Yeah. This roster's got unmovable contracts. When you hear LeBron say that, I just want to squeeze everything I can.
Does this roster have any contracts? Have you seen it?
It's the worst in the league.
It's bad.
It's got and by the way, I like Kevin Love. Not for that money. I like Tristan Thompson. I like J.R. Smith. Not for $16, $17 million a year. These are contracts that are untradeable. They have a draft pick, but nobody wants a number 8 draft pick and Tristan Thompson at $19 million.
Not at
so
all.
when I look at these contracts, we'll put them up. These are no team options next 2 years. Here's what I know about LeBron. He doesn't like to feel trapped. No. What is your gut feeling? Let's say LeBron goes to the finals. He doesn't beat either one of the teams.
Right.
Okay, what's going through his head as a guy who's been in this league 19 years?
Nobody, they think I'm crazy, right?
Right.
But nobody takes this perspective. He's been to the finals 8 straight times. He's been in this league 15 years and played at the highest level, and he plays 40-plus minutes a night over 15 years. He's at the pinnacle right now. He's had the greatest season he's ever had in this league this season, right, statistically. He might be ready to retire. He might be ready to say bye-bye because he's at the top. And so when you're at the top, sometimes you need to go out on top.
John Elway did that.
Why not? Peyton Manning tried to, but he got injured at the end. We don't want to see LeBron injured at the end, play 16, 17, 18 years where he's just the second fiddle.
Let me throw this at you. I said this and people laughed at me. I said, listen, LeBron, the way LeBron works his contracts in Cleveland, they're annual contracts. Now, that's very difficult for a general manager to deal with because he's got to kind of give LeBron a one-year deal, which means you can't attract certain people, like free agents.
Correct.
But I said this. What if LeBron just said, listen, man, okay, I just played 82 games. I played 48 minutes. I got to a final. And LeBron said, I'm sitting out to the All-Star break. And then I want to watch the season unfold. By the way, we never punished Michael Jordan for playing half a year. We never punished Jordan for retiring and coming back. We have a history here as fans. Yep. That just disappears into the ether. If LeBron said, listen, there's no perfect place for me. I want to see how the Sixers and the Lakers unfold.
No doubt.
And just, by the way, have your agent tell all these teams. Roger Clemens, by the way, did this at the end of his career.
Yep.
So I don't think you're nuts.
No, not at all. I'm telling you, I've played this game for 19 seasons. It takes a toll physically, but not only physically, but mentally to go through the rigors of the season, the travel, the conditioning of your body after the season. That's a whole nother season in itself, is getting your body ready. He already told you what he spends. So this year, obviously, he's going to need a break mentally and physically to rejuvenate. But like you said, I might take the first month, 2 months off. But he's not built like that. He wants to play and he wants to carry his team. That is his legacy. Playing 48 minutes in a closeout Game 7 and going to your 8 straight finals, we need to commend this man for that. He never gets enough credit.
You know, it's interesting, too, because most great players, Jordan ended up,
needed a break.
Magic, Bird was falling apart.
Yeah.
Almost every great player's last year or two is kind of like embarrassing and eye-rolling. It would almost add to LeBron's legacy, like to just say, my best season, my best playoffs, I'm out. It would add to this sort of, it would be kind of enigmatic, but it would lead to, I don't know. It's like Barry Sanders.
No doubt.
Like Barry Sanders
Barry
left.
is the only one, I think, that just left.
And by the way, had 3 great years left.
Didn't win a championship, but he had 3 good years
if
left.
I say best running back ever, most football fans are like, yeah, Barry Sanders. He's in the conversation.
Definitely.
It didn't hurt his... Okay, so tonight you like Golden State comfortably. Let me ask you this, though. Who matches up better? Does LeBron match up better with Houston or Golden State?
You know what? Houston defensively can put multiple defenders on LeBron and make it very tough on him.
Oh.
But offensively, the juggernaut of Golden State, they don't have the firepower to match up.
Okay, what if Chris Paul doesn't play for Houston in the finals or plays limited minutes? Can LeBron beat him?
Now it balances out.
That's what I think.
Just a little bit.
So do I. Because it puts – LeBron can say in moments, I'm going to guard Jason. I'm going to guard James Harden for the third quarter.
For sure.
If there's no Chris Paul, LeBron can do what he did to Derrick Rose. I can't guard him for the game.
Right.
I'll guard him for 9 straight possessions.
No doubt about it. And for me, Chris Paul has always been, for this team this year, James Harden's the MVP, no doubt about it. But Chris Paul is just as valuable. That's the reason they have the record they have. James has been able to take breaks periodically throughout the game and sit back and allow Chris Paul to take over.
Why don't players like Chris Paul?
No idea. But you got to love a guy.
Yeah, but a lot of guys don't like him.
Yeah, but you know what? It's the guys that compete against him because he's one of those guys. I would just say that. He's a butthole. I'm just saying. He gets under your skin. Watch Chris Paul play the game. He's an irritant.
Yapper.
He's an irritant. He gets underneath you, and it's just enough
It's
for
on
you
his trading card. It says Chris Paul Butthole. I've seen his trading card. It's incredible that printers would put that on the card.
But to play with him has to be a pleasure because he plays the game the right way. He puts his players in a position to have success as a point guard. He's one of the best we ever had. I had an argument with Eric Bledsoe. Who was better, Chris Paul or John Stockton?
They're both great.
They're great. Because I put their stats up, very comparable. All defense, been at the top, but didn't win it all. All NBA, multiple All-Stars. I mean, only thing Chris Paul, Olympic gold medalists. I mean, those guys are great, man. Those are two of the greatest point guards we ever had. Obviously, Jason Kidd, to me, number one. But those two are right there.
Well, everything you said today, I bought into until that thing. I like Magic number one.
You like Magic number, but Magic's a point for. Magic is LeBron before LeBron, right? Without the athleticism. Okay,
Magic is 6'9". He was like a pyramid in tennis shoes. Nobody could guard him.
Nobody can guard LeBron.
Well, he's not a guard though.
But LeBron's not a guard. They're power forwards, point forward. Magic started the point forward. He started it. And if you ask LeBron, I'll tell you that 23 should have been 32 because that's probably who he was more like trying to be like.
All right, Jason Terry. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.